everyone. We got a new Deadlock patch for the 11th of April. I'm Inhibitor and I really like playing and talking about this game. So here's my video. So general changes. Parrying is now allowed while ground dashing in order to bring in line with air dashing. This means that you don't need to instant air dash the parry while ground dashing. And instant air dashing to parry was kind of difficult to pull off. It was somewhat latency dependent, also very tight timings, so I'm happy that Valve is putting it inside the general parry system with air dashing rather than needing to use instant air dash for it. So this is a good change. Parry anti-mass protection previously would last for 0.25 seconds. After the parry success, so you couldn't parry again for the duration, it is now 0.25. After the initial parry input is provided, irrespective of when the parry success happens, this means there is less of a delay before you can do a back-to-back parry when the parry success is done and later in the duration. Okay, this is a bunch of words. I'm gonna summarize it. It makes it easier to double parry now. The 0.25 second is of the initial key press, not of when the parry happens. So smoother, it's better. Medic Trooper missing health percent here reduced from 16 to 14. I think this is fine. They do heal a lot. They kind of make the laning phase. Well, I'm not gonna say not matter because you can survive a lot of it, but with a lot of people ignoring the tier 1 vitality tree for sustaining in lane, I think this is a good change, and same goes for the medic fixed regen growth. This is also a good change. They buffed its HP like a couple patches ago, so I do think this is fine. Subsequent CC reduction increased from 1030 to 1535 window. So for the past 2 months after the big rework patch, people have been complaining that CC has increased because while direct CC, hard CC like stuns, has not really increased, things like silences and roots are a little more prevalent. This is good, this is fine. A lot of people will like this. I don't really care. I think with the exception of silences in this patch, CC is in a fine spot. It's fine, it's kind of whatever. Improved various abilities, behaving, casting, or sliding. This has to be manually tested, or like maybe somewhere down the list Valve go into depth what character change, so we'll see. Items. Retarding burst cooldown increased from 20 to 24 seconds. This is a nerf to... this is kind of a nerf to Viscous actually. This is mostly a nerf to Viscous and Mirage, but mostly Mirage, I think. It makes sense. Some abilities got way too easy to spam in the early game with retarding words. Titanic magazine ammo increased from 90 to 100. Titanic magazine weapon damage increased from 12 to 14. So this might be now a more viable Venator item, but I'm not sure if you want to buy it on Venator. Would you buy it on Venator? I guess you could buy it on... I don't know who you can buy. Maybe on Abrams? Yeah, I think maybe it could fit with Abrams because it gives more weapon damage for his melee. So maybe something you can do on Abrams. Yeah. Express shot. Secondary fire weapon damage increased from 35 plus 1% per boon to 40 plus 1.3% per boon. This is a Viscous buff. This is an indirect Viscous buff. We might see a comeback of the right click proc build for Viscous. This would be fun. Also nobody really buys the item besides Silver because of her gun and the primary effect. So toxic bullets now builds up slower. Toxic bullets bleed reduced from 2% to 1.7%, and toxic bullets anti-heal increased from... Oh, this is so good. Okay, so for the past month or so, people have been buying toxic bullets on a lot of characters. Like every match, there's a couple toxic bullets, and while it does serve the function of anti-heal, it also is the best anti-tank item in the game. You've probably had drifters that buy this item and just kind of one-shot you because they go spirit, and they just one-shot you with toxic bullets because drifter has the easiest time in the game to uh, fully build up toxic bullets. He's the fastest build up character of toxic bullets, so this is a indirect nerf to drifter, and also lower an in they're also lowering the TTK in the late game because you're just not gonna die as fast if you get toxic bullets on you. I I am interested though if toxic bullets still gonna exist in 7's build because it's very prominent right now. I would like for toxic bullets to not be this mandatory. I don't really think that toxic bullets being a very good item is that good for the mid game because it kind of makes it so that the items you bought previously to survive the early game somewhat become much weaker. So yeah, this is I think this is much better. Also, this is an indirect infernus nerf. Okay, the next item, Sarps with a movement penalty reduced from okay, I guess nobody's still gonna buy it except Vindictor and Talon, and even Talon doesn't really buy it, so who cares? Cote sacrifice bonus rolls increased from 150 to 170. Maybe Coatist meta. I'm not sure. It entirely depends. On the state of your laning phase. For Coatist to be good, tier 3s need to be good, and they're not really good right now. Laning troopers are much better, so if you buy it, you're mainly using it for the laning troopers. So, I don't know. I think you could buy it on Warden. Yeah, maybe you can buy it on Warden, like Kinetic Dash into Coated Sacrifice on Warden. It'd be pretty substantial, especially with his changes to history from the previous patch. Yeah, I would like to. Armor pinching rounds chance increased from 50 to 55. Okay. It has more variability in your favor now. It's okay. I don't think this is very significant. And maybe it's significant for Haze, and yeah, but like only for Haze. I'm not sure. Maybe wait. No, I'm not sure. Return fire. Bullet damage returned increased from 50 to 60. It's a buff, but besides Haze, I don't think it really changes anything. Return fire cooldown reduced from 25 to 23. I'm not sure. Actually, it doesn't. It might be good. I mean, return fire is good if you're playing a character that has a lot of proc effects on their bullets and fire rate. So it kind of depends what the rest of the meta is. Spirit shielding move speed increased from 1.5 meters to 1.75 meters. This is good. The shielding items needed some love. They are highly underappreciated, I think. Longer barrier, weapon shielding move speed increased from 25 to 75. Same thing, good. Time frame, good. Plated armor bonus health increase from 100 to 130. This is good. This is good. The M1 characters scale so hard into the late game that I do think plated armor needed some kind of a buff. I think it's fine. Golden Goose Soul required for permanent buff reduced from 150 to 100. Okay. Golden Goose Egg now only gives permanent buff for actual occurs or not counting the initial 400 cell back amount. It's no longer instantly cells for permanent buffs. This is so I think that this basically it's trying to encourage you to I'm not sure what it does actually. And I would assume that this change it basically asks you to keep the egg longer in your inventory because they changed how the permanent buffs are given, so I assume that. I don't think this nerfs Civ Rust into DK. It probably benefits if you want to do, I think it actually does benefit buying Golden Goose and rushing a tier 3 item, regardless if it's Civ or not. Yeah, this might be a buff to that. Decay, spirit scaling reduced. Okay, this is a nerf to Civ. This is a nerf to Civ. I think knives are still gonna be good. I'm not sure how much decay is gonna be good. This might kill Russ Golden Egg into decay. Silence Wave, damage reduced. From 175, spirit scaling reduced from 1.1 to 0.7. Silence Wave, with cooldown will increase. Okay, so this item is almost dead. It's a lot of people complain about it being very OP, and yeah, it was very good. I think they might have slightly overkilled it, because I'm not sure if people are just gonna buy it for the utility now, because it's a utility item that did previously a lot of damage, but they might have slightly overdone it. This feels like slight load. It's from 30 seconds to 84 seconds. It sounds like an overkill. Echo Sword increased, cooldown increased from 30 seconds to 35. This is this is a bebop nerf probably, because I haven't gotten a lot of Venators buying it, so this might be slightly for bebop. Lightning Scope, fixed turn delay being affected by debuff reducer, making the stun all go off fast. Okay, that's nice. Heroes, bebop, weapon wind up time reduced from 0.5 to 0.3, and fast wind up time reduced from S to 0.5. Sticky Bomb can now be self-casted, but it does 20 damage to yourself. Sticky Bomb radius reduced from 10 meters to 8, and Grapple now deals light melee damage. Okay, so melee bebop is back. This is just the melee bebop come back. Slight nerfs to bomb build. So yeah, and early game buff to his gun. So yeah, I can definitely see buying gun items early with bebop and transitioning into melee. Okay, yeah, this makes sense. You can also buy Crushing Fist, and with the first ability it gives you a stack, the third ability gives you a stack. So yeah, it's kind of easier to cut off guard someone and proc the stun. Yeah, okay, melee bebop might be viable, nice. Billy Bass down, tier 3 increase from 0.6 to minus 3 seconds. Increase from 80, this is Billy buffs. I don't know what I mean, did he need buffs? Maybe. I don't think he needed buffs. It's fine, I guess. I don't know. So let's base health reduced from 79 to 700. Health per boon reduced from 47 to 45. No longer has negative bullet resistance. Bullet damage is scaled from 22 plus 0.7 boon to 18 plus 0.82 boon. Select bullet cycle time increased from 0.6 to 0.65. This is a reduction in DPS. Light Eater initial impact damage is scaled from 50 from 50 plus 0.35 to 40 plus 0.47. Light Eater on bullet scaled from 20 to 0.28 to 15 plus 0.36. Light buff duration reduced from 12 seconds to 8 seconds. Light Eater debuff duration now scales with Spirit 0.05. Dazzling the Trick Barrier reduced from 120 to 100. Dazzling Trick Tube Barrier reduced from 100 to 80. Radiant Dagger increased from 7 fire rate per stack to 9 per stack. Shining Wonder damage increased from 105 to 0.63 to 120 plus 0.73. This is a complete nerf to the character. I'm not gonna say that the character is dead in solo queue in matchmaking, but I haven't checked what her pick rate is, but I think it was like around 40% or like 30%. But like I don't see how like they slaughtered her basically. There was a slight buff to daggers, I guess, but in Shining Wonder. But I don't know. The character I think has been very much killed, at least for solo queue. I don't really care for pro play or like yeah. Yeah. I think she's dead. I think they're gonna buff her next patch. Doorman now reveals on the minimap. Doorways now reveal on the minimap for enemies when they're within LOS. This is a good quality of life, and it indirectly nerfs the combo of Vortex Web into luggage into doorway, which is good because you can see it on the map. Doorman luggage collision reduced, good. Doorman luggage cart no longer stuns enemies, just immobilizes movement, controls them. This means you can disappear to get off. Again, another nerf to the pick Doorman, where he sends out a door, luggage you into it with Vortex Web, and guarantees a kill basically. Dynamo quantum entanglement cooldown increased from 16 seconds to 90. Okay, this is fine. I know that people think that the last upgrade of his second ability is broken and very good, which it is, but it's way too into late game to really get much value of it. So I think this is a good change, and because he buys so much cooldown reduction, this is much shorter than it realistically is in the match. So this is good. I still think he's gonna be really good because his ult just has a lot of range. Great talent, Spirit Baboon increased from 1.6 to 1.1 to 1.86. Great talent, Charles move speed increased from 1.3 meters to 1.5 meters. Guided Owl min speed reduced from 17 to 17.8 m to 15 m. Guided Owl max speed increased from 35.56 to 36, and Guided Owl in duration increased from 18 seconds to 20 seconds. So this is. I've started to get a lot of I've started to get a lot of gun talents in my matches that completely ignore the spirit tree, with the exception of buying recharging rush and I forgot the tier 3 item that gives you attack speed, fire rate, and spirit power. Well, regardless, these are great talent spirit buffs. I welcome them. I really like playing great talent, and spirit hadn't felt the best. Haze. Sleep Dagger no longer takes you out of right mouse button zoom. Good. Quality of life change. Haze. Sleep Dagger wake up delay now has spirit scaling. Okay. More burst, I guess, for spirit. The Sleep Dagger spirit scaling increased from 0.6 to 0.8. Even more dagger buffs. Sleep Dagger tier 2 increased from 15 seconds to minus 70 seconds. Okay, Sleep Dagger duration increased from 0.75 to 1 second. Hey, Sleep Dagger 3 increased from 2.5 to 3 seconds. Hey, Smoke Bomb spirit scaling increased from 0.08 to 0.1. Hey, Smoke Bomb tier 3 lifesteal increased from 30 to 40. Haze fixation weapon damage per stack increased from 0.18 to 0.2. Haze fixation tier 3 reduced from 0.14 damage to 0.12. Haze being able to slide while using bullet dance, huh? Okay. Okay, Haze bullet dance no longer is a full radius around her, but instead is a cone in the direction you are aiming at. Oh, so it's like a mini Warden out, but for her out. Okay, this is. Oh, I didn't expect this. I know that there's a meta right now going on with Haze out build, where she buys Ricochet, Unstoppable, and Silencer, so she can essentially, when she maxes her ultimate, she gets 2 Ricochets. So I know that build was a thing, and it has an external counterplay when she gets fed. Unless you have a spirit character that can kill her faster, that she can kill you with her bullet, but she has a silence. Okay, well, point being, Haze out build was really good prior to this patch. I am interested how this changes the meta. This sounds really fun. So it explains the buffs to her daggers. They want her to roam around the map and kill with her new ultimate. Huh. Haze bullet dance cooldown reduced from 165 to 165 to 145 seconds. Bullet dance no longer grants evasion. Yeah, they definitely want you to be in front of the person and killing them, rather than dodge everything in a big circle and kill everyone. Duration is increased from 3 seconds to 3.5 seconds. Duration spirit scaling reduced from 0.08 to 0.03. Bullet dance fire rate increased from 20 to 25. Bullet dance 3 changed from 1 additional target and to 60% evasion and 4 more. Okay. This is. I wonder. Okay, are you gonna build her the same now though? Because you are encouraged to build more fire. So I assume you're gonna buy quick silver reload on her. You're gonna buy not arcane swords, power swords. And the entire thing of so the main thing would be to buy as much fire rate as you can in the early game, and try to pick off characters, solo characters, with your dagger into ult. Huh. You know, maybe buying a lot of fire rate in the early game won't be good for her actually, because they buffed the dagger a lot, and it does a lot of damage, and even does damage on wake up. So maybe, okay, let me think about it. So maybe you buy, what do you buy? You buy Quicksilver for your dagger. Then you buy Power Surge, and that's gonna be your 2 main items. You're still gonna buy Hex. I mean, are you gonna buy Hex with the cone? I mean, you buy it for Warden, so I don't think you're not gonna buy it for Haze. Maybe slowing bullets actually, because it would be easier to proc. Yeah, this changes a lot, but yeah, okay. Previous unstoppable Haze with Ricochet out is it's dead. Yeah, it's not gonna be viable. Holiday various behavior and feel improvement to her gun. I tested this change. Her gun feels like it has less recoil. It doesn't have it's not as recoily as before. It feels much better to do that. Kelvin Frost Grenade healing spin reduced from 0.9 to 0.8. Kelvin Frost Grenade healing reduced from 1.1 to. Okay, these are just Kelvin grenade nerfs. It's fine. The best part of Kelvin's kit is his ult in his current meta, because the ult is really good. I don't think Kelvin's that meta right now, but I understand why they nerfed him. Lady Guide bullet damage is scaled from 29 plus 94 plus 0.946 boon to 20.7 plus 1.0 boon. Okay, this is a 10% gun nerf to her bullet damage. Soul exchange cooldown increased from one. Okay, so this is the main thing. Does this kill Geist? No. Spellslinger with her third ability just fits so well into her kit, and her having two and her having charges with second ability does so much for her gun build that she's just not gonna be maybe S tier. She's gonna be A tier. She's still good. Beginners. Bullet damage increased from 6.2 plus 0.16 to 6.4 plus 0.17 per boon. Beginner's roll duration, spectral roll duration increased from 5.5 seconds to 6 seconds, and spectral roll segment count increased from 7 to 8. Okay, they've been buffing a lot of gun beginners, and I think this is basically them asking you, please go play gun beginners. We buffed it so much. So I guess this is what I think. You should go and try gun beginners, because this is the third time I think they've buffed gun beginners from the previous patch. So yeah, go play gun beginners. Valve is asking you to play her. Mirage, Fire Scalp, health steal per second reduced from 8 to 9. Fire Scalp, health steal per second spirit reduced from 1.12 to 1.1. Holy shit. Jin's Mark, spirit scanning reduced from 0.38 to 0.35. What does this mean? Okay, so I don't think this is as big as. I don't actually know what to think. They didn't really nerf his damage in this, but they did nerf his tankiness. So I think he's still gonna be meta at pro play. Probably much weaker in matchmaking and solo queue. But that's about it. He can still do the max cooldown reduction into Kevlar, not Kevlar, into the tier 6 vitality item. What was the name? The one that gave you the shield on ultimate use. That because it's on 30-second cooldown, you can combine it with Mirage ult, so every 30 seconds you can teleport and get a big shield that gives you also spirit power. I think. Yeah. Divine Kevlar. Like I remember the name. Divine Kevlar plus Traveler. I don't think it's that nerf stat. I think he's still gonna be really good for power play, just weaker for solo queue. Paradox, bullet damage increased from 6.42 plus 0.242 boon to 6.8 plus 0.26 boon. The paradox time roll width increased from 7.5 to 8. Time roll height increased from 3.5 to 4m. Kinetic carbine collision radius slightly increased. Paradox has been very weak. Her main build is trying to do Vortex Web into Max Bomb into Echo Shard. So general buffs for her kit are appreciated. We'll probably see a little bit more of gun Paradox, or like pick Paradox with gun items. Ram, fix so bad with breakables. I don't know what this was. I don't know. Ram tagalong can no longer be cancelled during the cast delay to prevent accidentally stopping in mid-cast. Yeah, this is a quality of life change. It's fine. It's good for the people that play Ram and accidentally cancel their cast. Ram nap time radius increased from 17 meters to 90 meters. Nap time tier 2's duration increased from 0.5 seconds to 0.75 seconds. Okay. Ram buffs. Well, I don't know. He does have a very low win rate at all elos. I've also started to see people trying to play gun Ram a lot. Not a lot, but decent amount in my matches. And I do wonder if this is them wanting you to put your focus more on his ult. We'll see how it goes. Civ, fixed raids not building up against barriers. Okay, this is good. Venator, Hexline Snap Trap, the moderation reduced from 0.5 to 1.25. Hexline Snap Trap cooldown increased from 25 to 28 seconds. Hexline Snap Trap increased from tier 1 8 seconds to minus 11 seconds. Hexline Snap Trap tier 2 increased from 0.75 to 1 second. So, they're just changing the not progression, but they're nerfing its late game, but buffing its late game. That's what they're doing, which is fine. His traps are actually kind of very easy to ignore in the mid to late. During the laning phase, it's kind of easier to get someone inside of them because you can shoot them with your shotgun. If you have a bebop, you can pull them inside the trap. If you have a Abrams, you can charge them into a trap. So there's a lot of things you can do in the early game, but his late game with the trap was always kind of like weak. Okay, Victor, bullet damage increased from 12 to 13. Okay. Jumpstart tier 2 increased from 50 HP to 70. Okay, this is spooky. Victor All of Suffering now builds up over 6 seconds instead of 8 seconds instead of 6. So this is... let's read the rest. Victor All of Suffering tier 1 slow now affects dashes. So he can chase you easier. Victor All of Suffering tier 1 slow reduced from 30 to 25. All of Suffering min damage increased by 10%, affects base damage, AP, and spirit scaling. All of Suffering max damage increased by 20%, affects base damage, AP, and spirit scaling. Victory Suffering now applies a heavy diminishing slow immediately when you die. These are all buffs to him. I wonder if... well, no, I was gonna say maybe this brings back the kinetic dash cultist leech build for Victor that he used to have, but I think this brings back his infuser build actually. But again, with the infuser, you kinda need to have big range on your third ability, but you can already buy a lot of range, so maybe regardless, these are all Victor buffs for his third ability, and with his third ability it's good. The character is good because it's such a big part of his kit. So 10% bonus damage, 20% more damage. It builds up over 8 seconds instead of 6. I think this is substantial Victor buffs. I think these are very substantial Victor buffs. And with Kelvin's ult being really good right now, this means that Kelvin Victor teams will also be really good, because the way it works that when Kelvin is good, Victor is good. When Victor is good, Kelvin is good. That doesn't make sense why they nerfed Kelvin though, because the grenade are not the big part of Kelvin, it's the ult. But I guess they don't really want to touch the ult because people max it last for the most part, I think. Okay, I guess welcome back, Victor. Viper, Scourge Dagger no longer takes you out of right mouse. Okay, this is good. Quality of life, yeah. Scourge Dagger charge time reduced from 4.5 to 4.0 seconds. More poking during the laning phase. She already has the best laning phase in the game, so I don't think she really needed this, but okay. Viper, sliding uphill now allows for lateral movement. I have to test this, but it does sound fun. Slither slide distance increased from 10 to 15%. Viper buffs. Yamato fixed crimson. Okay, so this was the patch. A lot of big changes. The most substantial one being the nerf to not healing bullets, decay and toxic bullets, and the Haze rework. And the Celeste nerfs, yeah, the Celeste. But the biggest one being the Haze ult rework and the Celeste nerfs. Victor is back in the meta, so good patch. As far as I know, Valve are going on vacation this week, or like they already went. So I guess this patch should be our main patch for maybe the next 1 to 2 months until the next balance paths that they want to cook, or will go straight into a major path. So we'll see. This path is good. I like it. We'll see how it progresses. Bye bye, everyone. Bye.